Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. Before starting my video, if you didn't subscribe my channel yet, please do, and do not forget to turn on notifications as I'm sharing everyday great contents for you. Alright guys, in this lesson we will move forward how to post and catch tuples to our views and from our views. Yeah. Alright, I made some preparation before the lesson. I create a controller post and catch tuples, and I create two action results, create, it should be get and post, and I add a tuple object with a model name, and I create two different class for test purpose. Alright, and also I create a view. Let's go to view. I create just empty view. Now we're going to fill this view to add some data. Alright, first of all, we're going to create our form in our view, and we try to send a data, a tuple data, to catch in our action method. But the first of all, probably you thought the same thing to catch a tuple model to type like that, but obviously this is wrong method. But I would like to try this method to catch our tuple, and we will see what kind of error we're going to get, and we're going to solve it step by step. According to my experience, we're going to get two different errors, and we're going to fix them all together. Alright, let's jump to our view. First of all, I'm going to use talk helpers. Let's go back our talk helper view, and I'm going to copy this namespace. Let's edit. Okay, I am going to add my model, which is going to be a tuple test object 1. Let's add the namespace, and test object 2. Perfect. Let's create a form now. Alright, ASP action create, which is name of our action method. Method is going to be post. Let's create an input. Let's type normal input and receive. Why I couldn't receive the template? Yeah, perfect. I don't need any value. Let's delete it. I need a placeholder for object 1. Alright, it is going to be ASP4, and let's have a look. We have item 1 and item 2. As you can see, test object 1 is item 1, 2 is 2. So let's select item 1 dot name, and type is going to be text. Let's copy with Ctrl D, and let's add a BR to make a space. Alright, let's make it item 2 address. This is object 2. By the way, you can assign a name like object 1 and object 2, and it is much more readable if you do like this. Let's make it object 1. Let's copy this object 2. Perfect. Now it's binded. Let's add our button. Send. Perfect. Alright, is there anything should I add? Let's have a look our object. Alright guys, let's try to run our application and try to send data to our action method. Let's put a breakpoint here and run the application. Waiting. Okay. Let's right click on create and view in browser. Perfect. Oops. As you can see, we have our first error, null reference exception. So why we get null reference exception? Apart from sending one object, if you send a tuple object, they become null, and our application doesn't allow receive a null object. So let's stop it. Let's go back our view section, controller section, and we going to add empty objects once we using HTTP GET protocols. All right. Let's say var tuple, and we're going to create new test object 1 and test object 2 with new keyword as well. Yeah, perfect. Let's use parentheses. All right, let's send this tuple to our view. All right, let's try to send again, try to run our application again and see the results. But we're going to get another error message right now. Let's right click on view. This is, by the way, easy way to run views. Okay, object 1, let's say test 1, let's say test 2. Let's send it now. As you can see, we have an error message. Okay, guys, it is basically telling us you can't send just your tuple object to your action method like this. Actually, you can send it, but you can't receive it using a tuple model. This is basically it's telling us. So what if I remove this model and if I add test object 1, object 1, test object 2, object 2. Let's see the result again. Let's open our create page as well. Alright, let's say test 1, test 2. Let's send them all again. We don't have any error message. We able to send our data, but let's have a look. Are we able to get the data? Object 1, null. Object 2 is null. Why they are null? Because we need to define which object is item 1 and which object is item 2. Alright, to do that, we're going to use binding mechanism. Let's type here bind, and we're going to add prefix, right? Prefix is going to be item 1. So we bind item 1 to test object 1. Now we're going to bind item 2 to text object 2. Alright, perfect. Let's run the application and let's see the result. Do we able to get the data? Alright, right click on create view in browser 1 and 2. Let's have a look. Object 1, as you can see, test 1 we received, and object 2, test 2 we received. Perfect. Let's stop the application here. Alright guys, I'm going to finish this lesson here. I assume you understand how we are using tuples, posting and catching information from user, and how we able to bind the object between each other. Alright guys, thanks for watching my video. If you have any question, please drop comment below the video. If you hit the like button, I will be really appreciated as it really motivates me. Take care of yourself. See you on next lesson. Bye bye.